Well, hello, welcome back to Invest with Tanya, where we talk about real estate and investing. I really want to take this channel in a different direction going forward. I really want to bring in money and money topics into this channel a little bit more because I am so interested in why some people have money and why others do not. I really want to be sharing my money journey a little bit more with y'all. So that being said, today I do want to give you a few money tips that have worked for me over the course of these past six years that I have been investing. Or maybe it's 7. Over these past 7 years that I have been investing. But first, I really want to talk to you about a trip that I just got back from. We actually went on a cruise for 14 days. We crossed the Atlantic from Florida to Malaga, Spain. And from there we went to Valencia, Playa Mallorca, which both are in Spain, Marseille, which is in France. And then our final 2 stops were in Florence and Rome, Italy. And then after that, we actually did spend a few more days going through Venice and Milan before we headed back to the States. But I'm not here just to tell you about my trip. I'm here to tell you about the very interesting people that I met on the trip, because I think that that is one of the coolest things about going on a cruise, is getting to meet the people and understanding the story of how they got to go on such a great adventure. And I will say that we were one of the 2 youngest people there, which was, I don't know, a lot of the activities that were planned for a bit older people. So that was fun to see, but also you can only listen to 70s music so much before you want something else. Anyways, we met so many interesting people. We met like a few couples actually from Canada. One of them had a small business. For some reason, we ended up getting into like a real estate conversation. And long story short, I found out that her house is worth multiple millions. At first, she made the small business seem small, but it is not a small business. I also met a CEO, well, an ex-CEO that told us the most beautiful thing, that he never worked a day in his life. He had others work for him, and he would step in whenever things were needed, but for him, it was so much fun to run that company. And if I wasn't selling the cruise enough, we also talked to another Canadian couple that actually sold their house, that had actually taken advantage of the market and sold their house to buy a bigger house, and how they were able to basically retire from that. And I thought about that. I was really just thinking about how much money there is on a cruise, and that's not something you really get to see every day. Well, I get to see wealthy people all the time, but not that type of wealthy. These are people that are not only like rich monetarily, but like rich in life experiences. And it was so amazing just to hear the stories. And that being said, in typical Tanya fashion, because I can never just go on a trip, I did actually get to read a book while I was on board. Well, actually I listened to it, and it's a money book because, like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm so interested in the beliefs that people have around money. And I started thinking about me and my husband's journey of going through and being able to take 14 days off, being able to really pay for that cruise in cash before we even left, and being able to have these experiences that we now have because of all the things that we did. Because while you're in the moment, oh, it sucks. It sucks sometimes, especially when you're removing toilets or having to roll up the nastiest carpet in the world. And of course, on top of just like meeting these people and also listening to my book, I started thinking about some of the money habits that I have cemented in my life that have led up to these moments of us being able to travel the world and be able to go out and do the things that we're doing without having to worry about it breaking the bank. And if anyone's interested in hearing or reading the book that I laid out, because I'm actually going to lay out a few of the points in the book, as well as some of the points that I have learned in just my 6 years of real estate investing and doing all this stuff. So the book is called Latte Factor. I will say it is a little bit cheesy, but I really do like the points that it makes. And if you're looking for a super, super easy money book, this is it. The Latte Factor is a really easy book for you to read. So let me first talk about a little bit of the things that we did when we started our journey. I'm going to tell you a little bit of the pros, a little bit of the cons, and we'll just go from there. So one of the first things that I really did was that I paid off debt. So we have been basically living debt free for quite a few years, since like 2017, somewhere around there. And I think that is one of the things that has really propelled us to be able to move a lot faster than most people in our investing journey. So what does this mean? This means that we don't have car debt. We don't carry any other type of loans other than home loans. We don't have any like HELOCs or anything like that. We pretty much operate on a cash basis. We do use our credit cards, but that's mostly to build up credit. So the balances on those cards could be paid off pretty much at any time. So very, very small balances. So the pros of being debt free are that you're able to qualify for quite a bit more money when it comes to getting like home loans and different things like that, because the way the lender calculates how much you're able to afford is by taking your take home pay, minusing any debts that you have, any like payments that you're making on a monthly basis, minus those out of your take home pay. And then that is the amount that you're able to qualify with, and then times that amount by, I think it's 30%. So you really want to stay under 30% of your take home for your monthly mortgage payment. So you're able to qualify for a bit more because you don't have any of those monthly payments that you have to make. The con to this though is that you actually have to save up and wait for things. This is not a strategy that will work great for those that want instant gratification. You're actually going to have to save up to buy that car. You're actually going to have to save up to buy the things that you want. You can't just put it on a credit card and expect to pay it off over time. It doesn't work that way. If you're going to be doing the debt-free lifestyle, you have to save up for things in cash. And yes, I did mention that we do use credit cards, but again, those balances are paid off by the end of each month. Something to keep in mind. The next thing that I did was I created a budget. I know a lot of people don't love the word budget. At the beginning, it really did help me. I was able to see exactly where my money was going. Now, mind you, this did create a scarcity mindset around money because I felt like I never had money to spend on myself. So it did create a little bit of things that I am working through right now. But I will say that this really helped me in the beginning start to learn how to manage my money. So I guess you can say those are the pros. So the pros are you learn how to manage your money. The con is that you feel like you can't buy anything because you want to stick to your budget, and because every penny is being used, you just feel like you can't, that there's no flexibility to change things or do things. Now, that is one thing that I really did like in the book, that it said to not create a budget, but to make everything automatic. So basically that concept is that like any investments, any bills, anything that you want to save up for, make it automatic to where it comes out before you realize the money that is even there. So let's say you get paid every 2 weeks. Schedule those payments to where as soon as your paycheck drops, you're able to have that money automatically taken out, and you're automatically making payments towards your bills, towards the things that you want to save, towards your investments, like different things like that. Have it all automatic to where you don't even think about it anymore. For instance, like you want to save up for a new car, but you have trouble saving the down payment. Make a separate account that you cannot touch and have a monthly payment of, I don't know, $25 coming out bi-weekly, to where you're able to save that money in that separate account. Again, it must be an account you can't touch or look at, so preferably make it with a different bank. And then in no time, once you go and check out that bank account in 6 months, trust me, you will have that down payment. Like, calculate how much you need. Okay, well, I need $6,000 for the down payment. Calculate how much you can take out of your bank account already to be able to put that money aside. Now, I know a lot of you will say like, Tanya, I am living paycheck to paycheck already. Where am I going to find those extra 25, 30 bucks? And that is where I'm going to tell you the hard truth, is that you really need to at least have some sort of a budget. And I think that while I didn't really love being on a budget, it really did help me learn how to manage my money. And I really like the Dave Ramsey app for this if you're just starting off and learning. Do I use it today? No, I don't. But now we kind of know what we spend each week. We're able to actually stop our spending if we see that we're overspending, and we reanalyze everything and see how we can better do this. It's not just a set it and forget it system. It's something that we try to take a look at every 6 months to see what we can do better. One of those things, like if you're gonna have a budget, that is one of those things that you need to do. Especially if you're at the beginning, sit down and reanalyze every budget. Look at the month ahead of you and look at what's coming, because Christmas is on the same day every single year. But a lot of us act like it's something brand new and that we didn't know was coming. And that is where a budget will help. It'll help you prioritize what you need to spend your money and how you can spend your money, to where by the time Christmas rolls around, you don't have credit card bills or things that you won't pay until after Christmas has long gone. Different things like that. And this will be a really good tip. Right now it is about to be June. You've got 6 months until Christmas. So you can literally start saving. You can literally start buying things right now that you can gift by the time Christmas comes along. Like, there are things you can do. But anyways, going back to that, you don't know where to find $30 in your budget to be able to make that type of savings happen. Apart from making a budget, look at what you can cut out. This is the latte factor. And no, the latte factor does not literally mean to stop drinking your coffee in the morning, stop buying your coffee out at a Starbucks or something like that. I honestly don't think that you buying your $5 cup of coffee is going to make a difference, especially if it's something that brings you joy every morning like it does to me. But what I do really like about this concept is looking for things that you are spending your money that you don't even realize you're spending your money on. What are the subscriptions that you never use? Are you still paying for a gym membership that you never go to? What are you spending your money each month on that you are not using? And trust me, a lot of you are going to find that $30 very fast, because a lot of us have subscriptions, have different things that we sign up for, and we set it and forget it. And trust me, this is how I know the automatic system works, because those companies are putting everything on an automatic payment each month, and you're just giving them your money without actually even using the product. Yeah, that hurts. I have noticed that has been me in the past few years as I have kind of relaxed in my money goals. Okay, and the last thing I am going to tell you is that you could have all the money in the world, like you could be making a whole bunch of money a year, but if you don't have a clear goal of where that money is headed, it is going to fly out of your hands. And I used to say this about myself all the time, that money used to fly out of my hands, and that's because I never had a clear and direct goal for where I needed that money to go. Because I found that as soon as I set up like the goal of buying houses, I was able to not only stop spending so much on things that I didn't really need, I was able to start saving a lot faster once I had a really big goal and a really big reason behind my goal. So that is really a huge pro. Once you understand where you're going and it is a healthy thing, like, you can find the money for it. Trust me, because money attracts to what you are. And I know I'm getting a little bit esoteric here, but that is really how the law of attraction works. The law of attraction works based off of your frequency. So you're a magnet to the things that you believe in. But let me tell you the con of this, because I think that there's two sides of everything. The con is you being so extra focused on your goal that you stop doing the things that you enjoy. You stop hanging out with friends and family and doing all those things like I did. I am not going to lie to you. The past 2 years have been extremely tough in that area of my life. Like, my relationships are pretty much non-existent because I was so focused on that goal. Am I realizing it now and getting better? Yeah, like, we're always evolving. We're always doing things, because honestly, if I would have made this video 2 years ago, I would have been like, nope, you need to hustle. Don't focus on anything else. Don't do this. Don't do that. Very scarce mindset, but I think that it's in the balance where we find our greatest joy. And so that's where I want to end this video. If you guys have any other money tips, please leave them in the comments. I always want to hear your guys' perspective. If you guys agree or disagree, let me know, because I want to know why you think certain ways too. Like I said, I am so interested in figuring out why some people have money and why others don't. And yeah, let me know what you do, how that's going for you. And if you have any other video requests, you guys can let me know either in the comments once again or through the DMs on my Instagram, which is the same at Invest with Tanya. And once again, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!